Imagine living most of your life in pain, where simple day-to-day activities are restricted. Well, for thousands of people with scoliosis, this is a reality.
You just feel like all your life is about is your back and pain.
I had lung problems, I had a knee that used to collapse at random points.
In some cases, surgery is a must. And other times, the condition may not be recognised until much later, bringing on further complications. This is the story of one person going through a series of operations to get her life back. The story of what one person experienced after her operation of scoliosis, and one man who took it upon himself to find a different method to help with the condition.
They said, it's a very bad scoliosis and you're going to need to have an operation on that one. And I said no.
This is Scoliosis Back to Back.
I barely slept, really. It was about 2 hours a day I got sleep.
I just feel like a totally different person to what I was before.
I'd gone to the doctor and I said, I'm exhausted all the time. All I look forward to all day long is going back to bed again.
Joanne, Gabby and Damien's lives are all blighted by a permanent curvature of the spine known as scoliosis. From chronic back pain and numbness to relentless fatigue, the symptoms of scoliosis destroy lives.
Every section of the day is different, so I find it really quite stressful when plans are put to me.
I went from job to job. I went from bedsit to bedsit. Was I going to afford a house?
You've always got scoliosis. It's never really gone.
However, despite their daily battles, they each refuse to allow this devastating disorder to define their lives. Joanne has suffered with scoliosis and back pain her entire life. Now, at the age of 48, there is finally some hope for improvement and an operation is on the horizon.
Found out that I had a scoliosis in November 2015 following one of my side bending x-rays and an MRI scan. So I had no idea that I had any scoliosis at all. I've had periods of time off work initially, but nothing to the extreme, which it has done since 2014. And then the build up to actually losing my job in May 2015, going from that to being at home, it's total life change, so that's really, really hard. I've realised that because I can't control my job and I can't control my back, I'm focusing on something else to control. I get satisfaction from seeing my plants, my little plants that have grown from seed, and I think because I've done it.
Eager to ease the persistent pain, Joanne is preparing for her long overdue operation tomorrow.
I'm nervous about the operation, but I'm more excited and relief that I'm actually one step ahead to getting my life back. It's a massive step further for me personally. It might be a step closer to getting some normality back.
Although Joanne's condition was discovered much later in life, scoliosis generally develops in children aged between 10 and 15 years old. Gabby was diagnosed with scoliosis at the young age of 11.
I got diagnosed after a holiday to Cyprus, where my mum first properly saw me get out of a shower in a bath and saw that the muscles on both sides of my back were oddly shaped. I didn't get it sorted till I was 13.
The surgery that Gabby received is called spinal fusion, an operation that can last up to a staggering 12 hours. It uses titanium rods and screws to reduce the curvature and keep the spine straight.
3 months-ish after it was corrected, I got severe pain on the right side, round where my kidneys. I went to my auntie's house one Saturday, got back, went into the house, sat on the sofa, and I couldn't stand up again.
Gabby's life changed immensely. While still recovering from spinal fusion, a tumour was discovered on her spine. It was non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
The surgeon thought it was his fault. because he did the surgery and he didn't feel it was a coincidence that the cancer came so close to me having corrective spinal surgery. So he went all over the world to conferences to try and see if there was ever other cases, and there wasn't, as far as he can find.
Everyday life may have changed completely for Gabby, but that didn't stop her from going to university and living independently.
And I felt that I'd be better off learning to be independent for my future and to be able to function at university. I felt that I needed to stop having a carer because I thought I'd rather not have a stranger come and see me in that sort of position.
Gabby refuses to allow her disability to take over, donating an abundant amount of her time to charities in order to help others. Damien is another individual who's keen to assist others after suffering with scoliosis for countless years.
When I look back now, I think I probably had it when I was a child. And they said, it's a very bad scoliosis and you're going to need to have an operation on that one. And if you don't have the operation, you'll be in a wheelchair by the time you're 30. And I said no. So by the time I was 29, there I was. I had a broken back, I had a broken bank account, and I had a broken heart. And I ambled into Covent Garden therapy rooms, and I saw a leaflet for a rolfer, Alan Richardson, and the leaflet had a picture of a human being drawn in squares, all out of a line, and I thought, that's me.
After a few sessions of rolfing, Damien progressed to the power-assisted mobilisation machine. He now specialises in using it to help others with similar conditions.
What I want is this to be the standard treatment for scoliosis. What this machine does is it can treat somebody and reduce the curve so much that instead of fusing 12 vertebrae, they'll fuse 5 vertebrae.
As a form of pain relief and reliable exercise, Damien took up ballet, as he believes it is a valuable sport for people with back problems.
If I'd had the operation, given the fun I've had from doing the ballet and being flexible, it would have been a very, very bad thing in my life. I'm not a sedentary person. To be walking around being very stiff, I wouldn't be very happy with that at all.
And they said I'd be in a wheelchair.
This works, and it worked for me, and it worked for my bad back. Then it can work for your bad back if you have scoliosis. This machine could change the world.
It has now been a couple of months since Joanne's operation, and things didn't quite go to plan. A few weeks ago, Joanne was rushed back to hospital for an emergency procedure to clear a severe infection.
When they told me I needed another operation, I think I just shut down from everything. It's more weeks behind me getting further. It's just like a total worry.
Yeah, that's the kettle.
Although Joanne values her independence, her partner Johnny has helped significantly during her recovery.
No, out in the social life is not being on the agenda.
Non-existent.
Non-existent, no.
But it's very much on the, as and when it takes you, isn't it? It's,
Yeah, and
like you say, can't plan anything.
I was hoping it'd be a lot further on. A lot further on, and I'd be, well, I suppose I don't know, hoping to get back to work, get some normality back after 3 years. And that's all I want, just my life back. Quality of life, just a life instead of feeling as though you're just existing.
Scoliosis is more than just an out-of-the-ordinary spine that causes inconvenience. It's a change in lifestyle.
There have been challenges, and there was the time I fell out of my chair and broke my leg. That was difficult.
But nothing is impossible.
Had I not been treated with this, given the state I was by the time I was 30, it might have been 40 before I was in a wheelchair, so it was half right.
This may be the start of a long journey for Joanne, but nothing is going to stop her from looking to the future.
The optimism and the excitement that I have and going forward with my future is way ahead of thinking about the risks I'm putting those, further down. And after 3 years, it's more of I'm going to be hopefully getting somewhere.